this Wilmer Flores at bat last night, and obviously the big discussion is the check swing, and it was a terrible call. Like it was definitely not a swing. So I can't believe the umpire in that, especially in that situation, like it has to be obvious for you to ring him up. However, what I always, as a coach, kind of big picture, I always, whenever we lost a game late, you know, I would try to look at the big picture and think about, okay, what could we have done earlier in the game in order to prevent us from being in that situation late? Kind of the same thing with an at bat. When I coach hitters, I always talk about if you can take care of business early in the count and not get to a 2-strike count, especially if you get some good pitches to hit, then you don't put yourself in that situation where a bad call could affect you. And that's really, in my opinion, what happens here. And again, I understand there's lots of different theories on hitting approach. In general, I think my favorite approach is generally to have an opposite field gap approach on a fastball, so that if you're a little early on an off speed pitch, then you can still pull that ball hard to the pull side. Okay, so that's kind of the slant I'm taking with this at bat, assuming that should be his approach. If you look at this first pitch here, so in my opinion, let's sit fastball. So he throws, mid 90s, 96, 97 fastball. Let's be ready to hit that pitch to right center field. Okay. But if you get an off speed pitch that hangs, which is what he gets on this first pitch. I mean, that's 87 center cut. So, if he's geared up for 90, 96 to right center field gap, then he's probably going to be early on that pitch, but I still think he should be able to adjust and pull that ball to left field, with some authority. Okay. So now, some coaches will teach, if you see spin, like don't swing no matter what until you get 2 strikes. And I don't really like that approach in most cases. In this case, like that is a great pitch to hit. So even if I obviously, and maybe he's kicking himself for not swinging at it there. Maybe he'll go back and look at that and agree with what I'm saying. But in my opinion, like if we take care of business on that pitch, then we're never to the point where the umpire can screw us on the call on the check swing call. Okay, so okay, so there we have 96, just outer half of the plate, and that was a great swing. Like that was the swing, and my guess is that was probably his approach on that first ball. Like he's looking fastball. Now, again, I could say like, well, we can't miss that pitch, but obviously easier said than done. So he puts a good swing on it. But again, if that's his approach on the first pitch, but he's able to, even if he's early, if he's able to hammer that off speed pitch to left field, then we're not in that situation that he's in now to get a bad call. Yeah, and again, it's just an awful call. Like they show the replay from the side later on. I think if you're watching this, you've seen that, and it's bad. But again, like um, if I'm the manager, I'm really upset about that call. But at the same time, after the fact, that there's some things we could have controlled, within our control. That call is out of our control. Okay, so any umpire call is out of his control. But within our control is being able to hammer that first pitch instead of taking it, and to some degree, not missing that fastball that's 96 on 0-1. That's within our control too. Now he put a good swing on it, so it's easier said than done. But again, he had two very hittable pitches there that he didn't take advantage of that put him in this situation.